G'day everyone.
Hello, hello. And so this video today is going to be a little update from us.
There's a lot to update you guys on. Yep. I bought another Land Cruiser.
Yes, we've done a bit in the past probably month since we've been home. Well, we had an awesome trip this year. We only spent 2 months on the road. In the past month have been doing a whole heap of stuff behind the scenes to kind of progress Overland Travellers.
Yeah, so we've actually bought 2 new cars over the past, 3 weeks? One of them's behind us right now. Meet Jeff, the HJ60. That was from the previous owners, they named it that. So we thought we would keep it, kind of suits it. 1982, 42 years old. It's got aircon, power steering, 4-speed, disc brakes on the front. It's a bit beat up. It used to be owned by a quarry and then a farmer, which I bought it off. I drove it home 350 Ks on that day. Bought it sight unseen again. We're suckers for that.
Matt is.
And yeah, I've drove it a couple of 100 Ks since to get a new windscreen. I've been doing heaps of work. We're going to be registering it pretty soon, and it's going to be so much fun just to have a old rig again. The plan with Jeff is to kind of go back to basics, super basic camp setup, just like a couple of boxes in the back. We're going to go a swag. We're going to tour locally around here in Jeff and show you a bit of the snowy valleys and the snowy mountains, and yeah, just have another cool old rig to work on and a few more videos for Overland Travellers. So yeah, we're really excited. Back to basics, strip it back. Budget build, I'd say. And
back to a DIY build. The Troopy was great and we still have it, but we didn't do a whole lot of work to it. So this kind of gives us that DIY element back to the channel.
Yeah, I was kind of missing like not being able to do all my own stuff. It was a conscious choice. I mean, we could do our own stuff, but it's just an expensive car that we just wanted to make sure the pros did it, and it was all done really nicely, and it was. And yeah, so really excited to have the new old car, Jeff.
In saying that, I haven't driven in it yet, so I don't know if I'm that excited for it just yet.
It's better than Elsie.
Yeah.
It's way better than Elsie. Aircon, which is not working, but I mean, I'm going to get that working. Power steering, I don't know, 60s, they are a different car to the 40s just to drive. They're not kind of a bucket of bolts like the 40 series, all panels bolted together. They are sort of a single, well, they're not a single piece, but they are a completely different car to the 40. So it is a lot nicer to drive. The 5 seats, or 6-seater, sorry, because it's got a bench seat in the front.
Yeah,
it's really
it does,
cool.
yep.
Really cool the way the seats fold down in the back. Anyway, I'll show you the whole car and all the progress and all the work I've been doing on it, because I've been working on it for a couple of weeks now and doing so much to it just to get it ready for Rego. So really excited to show you the 60 and get some traveling done in that. Next question is probably Elsie. Everyone's wondering about Elsie. It's in the shed, and don't worry, as soon as this thing's registered, I'm going to be really getting stuck into Elsie. She's in pieces. We
are going to have a video come live probably next week or the week after. We've got 2 videos in the works, one on Elsie, what Matt has been doing with that, and then obviously the work that he's been doing on the 60 so far. So those videos will be out soon.
So what do we got next? What's our other new car? It's actually a new car.
Yeah, so this one is actually pretty exciting. So we ended up putting an order in for the new Prado.
Yeah, the new 250 series Prado. Very exciting. There's been a lot of videos out about them. They're over in America at the moment. They're out already. Super popular already in Australia. They're pretty much, the order books are just full. We're super excited because we love the look of them.
Yes, so you might be asking, why are we getting a new Prado if we just got a new Troopy only 2 years ago?
Yeah, well, I suppose we just kind of want to start moving into the next phase for us of Overland Travellers. Look, kids probably isn't in the too distant future for Holly and I. We're going to get married next year, kids after that, and yeah, we kind of want to get into towing. So that's going to be a big change to the channel. We still want to do all the remote touring and everything, but we want to tow. We want to check it out and see what all the fuss is about. And I don't know, travel a bit differently, a bit slower, maybe with a bit more comfort. Even though the Troopy's pretty comfortable, but
probably a bit more convenience. Going back to obviously the Troopy, it's only a 2-seater, so as soon as we do have a kid, unless we convert it back to a 3 or a 5-seater, we won't really be able to use it. A wagon just makes sense for obviously more of a family car, and because it's a new vehicle out, we want to test it. We want to see what it can do, how it tows, the engine.
And we want to jump in on the engine, like the 48-volt mild hybrid, or whatever they're sort of calling it. We want to, we want to give it a go. Obviously, it's a going to be a really popular vehicle. So we want to jump in on that initial excitement for it and show people what it can do. And we're not going to modify it too heavily. We're not going to go to town on it like we did the Troopy. It's going to be sort of tyres, rims, suspension, and then a few other tasteful mods that will keep it a daily, but if you want to hook the van up to it, or if you want to take it camping by itself, it will be able to do it. So maybe a simple drawer system in the back, battery system.
Some sort of fridge maybe.
Yeah, but still keeping it, because we're going to need it for a functional daily and work car for our business. Alt Media, we do mainly weddings, we do commercial shoots and everything as well. So we need it to work in that regard. So super excited. We went for the most Povo spec, which is still very expensive, but the GX. And we were thinking about the altitude, but it was going to be 102 grand for the altitude.
Correct.
And a 300 series, the entry level 300 series is about 104. So if you're going to spend 102 on a Prado, you might as well spend 104 and get a 300 series. Better engine, better platform, better everything.
We were really torn with the Prado. We can obviously go into more details, hopefully when we get it, about why we chose the GX, I suppose, over some of the other variants. We're really excited that it will be, that we're getting a new Prado.
Yeah, and towing, we're probably going to start with something pretty simple, as in like a small hybrid, maybe a camper trailer. We actually have kind of no idea where we're going to go with it. It's totally new to us. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, neither.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting sort of getting into all that and figuring out what's going to work for us. And I don't know, if you've got any suggestions for a good small starter, put it in the comments below and tell us.
Yeah, let us know what your favourite van is.
So, yeah, big changes happening. Lots of videos coming out. I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be really good. We don't know when we're getting the Prado. There's probably another thing to add. 2 to 12 months, so we will keep you updated.
And with the Prado, what mods do you want to see done to it? If you're thinking about ordering one yourself, what would you like to see done to it? Yeah, comment below and give us some ideas of what you guys want to see on the new Prado.
And also, if you want to know anything specific about it, I suppose with testing it, just let us know.
What kind of testing do you want us to do on it?
Yeah.
That's a great question, yeah.
So it's another busy month for us this month. Next weekend, we have the Sydney 4-wheel drive and adventure show at the Eastern Dragway.
Yeah, Eastern Creek Dragway in Sydney. Western Sydney, it's our local kind of a show, I'd say, New South Wales. It's the only one we're going to this year because we're so flat out for the other couple of weeks that the other ones are on, which is a bit of a shame. But we'll be there in Sydney, so if you want to come up and say g'day, I think, fingers crossed, Asia and Ellen are going to be able to come as well. If you want to meet them, if you just want to catch up, we'd love to, we'd love to meet you. Love seeing the people that are behind the camera, the screen, I don't know, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Come and see the Troopy. It's had a few little changes done to it, so if you're really keen to check out sort of how that all works, come and have a look.
Yeah, so it's next Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so we'll see you there.
See you there. If you do want to come, we do have a code where you can get yourself some tickets. We'll give you a cheeky little discount. It's just down here right now. So get onto that, put the code in if you want to come to the 4-wheel drive and adventure show in Sydney at the Eastern Creek Dragway. We've got a couple of questions that people have asked us on the phone, so let's grab that and we'll run through them.
So someone has asked what the secret to an order was that we put in. It was the Prado. Next question, do you ever get bored on the road? Do you have a favourite card game or board game?
We sure do. We've been playing it past 2 trips now. It's called Monopoly Deal.
It is $5.
$5 from Big W, Kmart, whatever. So imagine Monopoly. You know Monopoly. Everyone knows Monopoly. It takes like 4 hours. This is way more ruthless. It takes about 15 minutes to play a game, which is perfect, and it's good for sort of 4, 5 people. So yeah, Monopoly Deal, get on it. It is so much fun.
Okay, the next 2 questions are about Elsie. So an Elsie report and an Elsie update. What's up next for Elsie?
All the panels are off Elsie, taking it apart, stripping it back. Pretty much I'm up to getting the tub off the chassis, so I'm going to have to take out all the gear stick, the steering, undo all the body mounts.
Take all the sound deadening off.
Wiring, strip all the sound deadening that we put in, so that's going to be a really fun job. So she's underway and we've got big plans for her, and I'm really excited to learn how to restore a car properly. It's going to be a massive learning curve for me. But anyway, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a couple-year project too, so it probably won't happen quickly, but that's why we now have this one behind us. Now, the next question is plans on a followers camp out. I know that last year we did mention that we were looking at doing a tag-along tour.
Yep.
That's probably still in the works. We ran into a few issues, obviously, with insurances and permits. Mainly permits, just to, like permits, because we wanted to, essentially, we would be traveling through 4 different states.
So, yeah, you have to get a permit for each state, which was fine. Like, it's not too bad. It was just a bit of money and then the insurances, and you kind of needed your permits to get the insurance and vice versa sort of thing. So,
and then we just kind of ran out of time this year. We're probably a bit time poor to organise it and put the effort in to it that we
want
need
to make
to.
it awesome.
Exactly, yeah.
We want to make it a proper tour, not just like, all right, you're just going to come along with us. Like, it's going to be, we've got some really good ideas for it. We've been to a lot of parts in Australia. We know what our favourite parts are, and we would love to take you out into some of those more remote places like the Simpson Desert and give you the confidence to go out there and travel with a group of people. It's just going to take a bit of organisation to do it properly. So keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
One day we will do it.
Yeah, watch this space. Are we into any water-based activities? Would you ever tow a little boat around?
Great question. So, as you said, we want to tow a van. And from our last trip going up to Arnhem Land, up through the Gulf country, I saw so many people with little tinnies and boats and things. And I was like, that looks fun. Yeah. I want to do that. It's just getting a boat on a platform that you're towing with as well. It's a bit tricky. So again, comment below, what are you guys using for your tinnies when you're out and about, or your little boats? That's really good to know. Besides that, I've got to get into fishing. Yeah.
You had to go on Fraser Island.
Yeah, caught nothing.
I think, we just need to build Matt's confidence up. Whenever you fish,
build confidence. I just need to catch something.
Well, that's the thing. That will build your confidence if you catch something.
Yeah, okay,
that's the issue, the non-catching. So, and fishing's just quite complicated and confusing. There's just
you get out what you put into it.
Exactly.
You can't just throw whatever in and just expect to catch all these fish. You've got to know what bait to put on, what line to do, what sinkers, and what fish you're going for. And I don't know. I've got to get into it. I'm so snowed under with, I've got too many hobbies.
Yes. In saying that, we live in an amazing part of the world to fish and also have water sports and do water-based activities, so.
Maybe I could do a learn to fishing little series in Jeff, going up into the snowy mountains, cruising around, go for a little fish in Jeff. That sounds like a cool video.
Yeah, it does. Hopefully you'll catch something.
Yeah, some trout.
Okay, next question is update on the Headspace roof conversion. Any further issues or comments on the high top?
Interesting question. So the Troopy is actually in Brisbane at the moment at Headspace Campers. So we got one of the first conversions ever, and then that had a couple of teething issues, and then we got the first high top ever as well, which also had a couple of teething issues. The conversions that Ollie's doing now at Headspace are completely different to what he was doing. They look the same from far, but when you get close, the finer details and all the issues that he ironed out, they are looking absolutely amazing. Essentially, Ollie was just like, look, I'm not happy with the conversion that you've got on the first high top you got. We want to get the latest one on. So it's getting the latest one on there now, which we're really, really excited about. And look, I mean, any company that's making these kind of things, they're going to have these teething issues, but I think Headspace has done really, really well with addressing them and working them out. And I'm really excited to show you the updated conversion because it's amazing. It just looks so good.
And when we say we had teething issues with the first high top, they weren't even that major. It was mainly an aesthetic thing.
Yeah, the high top we had, functionally it was working really well. It's aesthetically, Ollie's like, nah, they're looking so much better now. I want them on there. We're also getting the updated latches, which were nice. We had our latches that we made in WA, so we're getting the updated latches. So I reckon there's enough changes. I could probably do an updated video on the Headspace conversions, like the newest one, just to show that he's really putting the effort into R&D, which it's good to see. Some companies don't really put too much effort into it. They sort of make something and they don't really innovate from there. So it's good to see. It's just, it's up in Brizzy now. It'll be on at the show if you want to come and have a look at it.
Yeah, it'll be on display at the Sydney 4-wheel drive show. We will have ours, and then I think a low top will also be on the Project Overlander stand if you are coming to the show, so you'll be able to see the difference between the high top version and the low top.
And Project Overlander are the guys that did the whole Troopy, like everything else, the build out and all that. So if you want to see all that kind of gear, go to them, Project Overlander, and have a chat to Steve or Jake there.
We can't recommend them.
Yeah, couldn't recommend them enough. They're such good guys.
They are fantastic. Someone said, how much are you looking forward to having 1/4 vent windows again?
I am Looking so forward to it.
We never use them. You never use them. Like,
no, we use the kick vents in Elsie.
Yeah.
We don't have kick vents, so I reckon maybe the quarter windows will get to work. Actually, you know what? We've got aircon.
we have aircon. You never use them.
We're going to be
I grew up with
that.
them.
It's going to be brand new, the aircon system as well. So it'll be absolutely pumping. It'll be freezing cold. So
I have said I don't really want to travel in Jeff unless the aircon's going.
so that's a big priority, getting the aircon going in Jeff. But we're excited. It's going to be so cool.
Next question. Has the overlanding scene changed for you since the COVID bubble has deflated?
It's an interesting question. I suppose it was a bit crazy there over COVID. I know like businesses are up insane percentages. People were buying everything to do with overlanding, you know, locally because people couldn't travel overseas. I know it's calmed down, the industry, but it's still so busy.
Exactly, yeah. So we actually met some friends as we were coming in, out of Arnhem Land. They were going into Arnhem Land this year while we were traveling. They heard a stat that apparently in 2019, which is when we started traveling, there were about 100,000 people traveling Australia, kind of like, I suppose that would be full time. Now the stat is that apparently 300,000 people are traveling each year. So it's tripled.
It's tripled. It's crazy.
And we, even just doing Cape York this year, Arnhem Land's different because obviously it's permitted and they only allow a certain number of people in at a time. But everywhere you go is usually quite busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great to see because Australia is an amazing country to travel, and it's awesome that people are putting, you know, that as a priority rather than, you know, maybe going into full-time work and stuff straight away, maybe working online. But yeah, you do notice it when you're out in a remote part of the world and you're not so lonely.
Yeah, no, I know people are still spending a lot of money on their setups as well. I mean, I just going to Headspace at Brizzy a few weeks ago. You know, there was a troopy in there, and like you think ours is set up like, you know, this troopy had a full J-Max conversion on the rear and an automatic gearbox put in. It was a V8 faceless, and so I mean, there's like $70,000 in mods, just those two mods.
Is Holly's favourite podcast the 4-Wheel Drive podcast? What does she love most about it?
I know exactly what this person's referring to. So this person has listened to the 4-Wheel Drive podcast, and Ronnie mentioned that I sent a video to Ronnie of Holly just flat out asleep in the passenger seat of the car, listening to the 4-Wheel Drive podcast. I was listening. Holly put the lights out for Holly, and then Ronnie has mentioned it, and then obviously this person is very around all the ins and outs of the 4-Wheel Drive industry, and they've commented and asked that. So yeah,
I do like it.
It is good.
But okay, so everything puts me to sleep. I get this trip. I kind of realized if I'm not driving, I get bored and I just fall asleep. So Ronnie, the guys from 4-Wheel Drive podcast, it's not just you. It happens with everything. Music is usually the only thing that will kind of keep me up and awake. So take it as a compliment, I guess.
Yeah, it's good. 4-Wheel Drive podcast. If you want to, they've got some really good content on there. It's good stuff.
Last question: is Jeff the 60 going to be doing the 80s 4-Wheel Drive challenge through the Simpson?
Yeah. I don't know who asked that, but they're very up with what our plans are, and I am so keen to do the 80s Toyota trip. I reckon Jeff will definitely be. Well, he's an 80s Toyota. He has to go. You got to have Jeff.
Maybe I'll drive Jeff. You can take Elsie.
Yeah, maybe if Elsie's all good to go. I know Elsie will be pimping if she's ready to go. She'll be flash. Yeah. If we get to do what we want to do.
We have no idea when you would be doing this. You also mentioned, you know, it'd be cool to do the Canning stock route in old 80s vehicles and stuff.
That might be a lot. It's just a long way away.
Yeah.
I'd happily do it. It's just a long way to get there. But yeah, Jeff will be definite. Hopefully we can get Skip, Adrian and Ellen's 40 series. We actually have a really old Hilux on our family farm that is, I think it's an 84 Hilux, Ellen's 65 or RN 65. Anyway, someone correct me, what is an 85 model number for a Hilux? But yeah, we'd love to get that going. It's got a bit of sentimental value in the family. Hopefully a couple of other mates, maybe Holly's dad, he can come along.
And his old 75.
Yeah, it's 75. It's a 90s Toyota, but I reckon he can come along. It's a 75. It's 75. They
the
started
aircon
in the 80s.
doesn't work in that one.
He doesn't even have aircon in it. So yeah, it's proper ridgy-diggy, that one. That'll be a really cool trip. So if you're still watching, thank you very much, and thanks for listening to the update. As we said, we've got heaps in the pipeline. We've just got to keep on top of it all, as well as our own business. Because yeah, Holly and I, we have a media business that we shoot. I think this year we've done almost 50 weddings that we're shooting. So yeah, we're massively busy with that, and then we're doing the YouTube channel on top of it. So very busy, very exciting, and a lot to look forward to.
Exactly. So if you are in Sydney or in New South Wales and want to come to the show next weekend, we'd love to meet you. Come down and say good day. Yeah, it should be a good weekend.
Cheers, Fat.
Yeah.
Talk about 4 drives.
Yeah.
All right. That's all from us. We'll see you next week, and we'll have a video out. Oh, hopefully.
It'll probably be the LC rebuild or a video on the 60. So that's coming. We still have a bit of
Arnhem Land.
Yeah,
maybe.
well, yeah, we still have a bit of Lemon National Park first.
Lemon National Park. I don't
We
know
still
when we're
have-
going to edit that.
Yeah, we still have quite a bit of editing to do from our travels this year.
Oh, dear.
So, yes, we
Lots
better
to
get
look
on
forward
to
to.
that. Yeah.
All right. See you
Thanks,
next
guys.
week.
See ya.
Cheers. Bye.